Hi, I'm Dr. Ann Marie Gorczyca from Walnut Creek, California. Well, um, perhaps most people don't know that I was a flutist for many, many years. Also, in the seventh grade, I started playing the flute in the New Bedford Symphony with my first flute teacher, Faust Fiore of Fall River. He was a New England Conservatory graduate. And then I moved on to the Fall River Symphony. And then in college, I played in the MIT Symphony. We played in Carnegie Hall. Then during dental school, I played in the Longwood Symphony in Boston. And my flute teacher was the piccolo player in the Boston Symphony, Lois Schaefer. And I'd go to her home every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. I think I was probably her only private student. But believe it or not, in dental school, I used to practice my flute 2 hours a day. And I played in that Longwood Symphony for 5 years. And then I moved on to Northwestern. I played in the Northwestern Downtown Symphony. I studied with Donald Peck, principal flutist of the Chicago Symphony. And then I moved to San Francisco and I played in Symphony Parnassus, which has become a very good symphony in the San Francisco Bay Area. But then when I opened my own practice, I really had to give up the flute playing. But I had already played in symphonies for all those years. I still remember my last concert, we played the Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, and that was always a dream of mine. And I played piccolo in that concert, and the last movement has a really good piccolo solo. So that was kind of my finale. And now I have a 19-year-old son in college, and he's an excellent violinist. So I'm getting to relive the whole experience with him. Another thing people might not know about me is when I moved to San Francisco for one of my first jobs at UCSF in the orthodontic department and doing some research at UCSF, I lived right across the street from Golden Gate Park, and which was really a tennis mecca. And I really wanted to learn tennis. So I went down to the park. I signed up for some tennis lessons. And then I thought, gee, I'm not going to be very good if I don't buy a ball machine. So I bought a ball machine and I would practice every day. And then I started entering a few tournaments. I actually went to study at the Nick Bollettieri Tennis Academy in Florida. And one day I was in a tournament at San Francisco City College. And I made it through a few rounds. And afterwards, the coach from San Francisco City College came up to me and said, hey, do you want to be on the tennis team? And I was like, wow, this is like a dream come true. That would be like the most exciting thing I could ever do in my life. And I was already an orthodontist. I was teaching at the university and I was working in a group practice in Fairfield, California. But I said to myself, I'm going to make this work. I really want to do this. It's only a 2-year commitment. How can I make this work? So at that time, I was teaching Mondays in private practice, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And I told the coach, I can make some of the practices, but I can't make all of the practices. And she said, that's fine. But you have to be a full-time student at the junior college. So I actually signed up for night school. And that was one of the best things I ever did in my life because I took a financial planning class, which was so fabulous to, and any young orthodontist listening, I highly, highly recommend you take a financial planning class because it will change the course of your entire life. It will change how you save money, how you invest, how you plan for the future. And then I also took an investment class that was taught by a professor from UC Berkeley that was teaching a night school class at the City College. And that was when I first learned about retirement plans and 401ks and 403bs. And that was really fabulous as well. And it blends right into business management. I really learned a lot while I was doing the tennis and taking those classes. And I will say, I was also new to California. I was originally from Massachusetts, and I had spent time in Chicago, but I hadn't really been around California. And being on the tennis team, we played in Sacramento, in Modesto, in Santa Barbara. We went down to San Diego. We went to Palm Springs. It was just the most fabulous experience of my life, and I'm so glad I took the time to do that. So those were the days. Those were fun days. And right after I finished the tennis team, I'd been working for 7 years, and I was 35 years old. That was when I opened my own practice, and I was 100% ready. And once I opened my practice, that was 100% working on the practice.